hopefully help you guys out. So if you enjoy our channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button, because we're going to be coming out with more videos for you guys at least once a week. So you will be able to get as many useful tips and tricks as possible. So the first thing that you need to do is really get into the mindset that you will, at first you will fail, and that's okay. You need to fail in order to learn. Like, I know there's so many beautiful sets out there, like lash sets on social media, and it's really easy to get discouraged and be like, oh my God, like I'm never gonna get there. Especially when you compare your work to what's out there, you're like, oh my God, like this is two different things. Like my lashes are like sticking out in different directions. I can barely finish a set within like 4 or 5 hours. And these other lash artists, I asked them, and they're doing their lashes within like their clients' lashes within like an hour and a half, and they do like a nice volume set or a mega volume. But you have to remember that it took them time to get where they are. It took them time, it took them practice, it took them failure, it took them a lot of determination. So you really can't compare yourself to other people. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I think it's important to get into the mindset of, getting as much information as possible. So there's such a variety of trainings out there. So, maybe you didn't get such a good training, but that's okay, because what you can do is you can learn on your own. There's so much information out there on social media. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of information on YouTube. So if you actually put in the time and learn and try to get as much information, ask other lash artists what's working for them. Take it with a grain of salt, obviously, because what's working for someone else may not necessarily work for you. So keep that in mind. But at the same time, you can potentially get some really good tips from other lash artists that will serve you. So now, the one thing that I think is really, really important is to understand that when you start, timing, like how long it's going to take you to finish a set, is going to be like something between, let's say for a classic, like 3 hours, sometimes even 4 hours for your first sets. And you have to understand that is normal. We need to normalize that and understand that this is not unusual. Like, that's how long it's going to take. So don't stress yourself out and constantly look at the clock and think, oh shit, like panic and think, oh, it means that I'm only going to be able to see like 1 or 2 clients a day, and these clients are not really paying you very much because you're just a beginner. So often it's like you're doing sets for free, or you're doing your friend's sets, or you're doing a set for like, I don't know, $60, and you're like, oh my God, how am I even gonna pay the bills with if I'm charging like $60 and I see 2 clients a day. Don't worry, this is normal. Everyone goes through that. It's completely normal. You just have to get through that hard stretch in order to build the confidence to start raising your prices, and your speed will increase dramatically the more you do it. Like, it takes time for your hands to adjust. Like, it's the movements are you're using a lot of fine motor skills, so the movements, it takes time for you to like isolate with your hands, and we're not used to making those movements. So it's important to remember that, and it's important to remember that it's going to take your mind and your hands time to adjust, and the only way you can actually get that done is by those sets. It doesn't matter if I mean, you can do it on a mannequin if you don't have clients, but technically if you want to get better quickly, you should do like 5 and 10 clients a week, like 1 or 2 clients a day ideally. I know it's really hard, especially for those that have another job, that are working and just trying to do this on the side until they get better. But honestly, like, a lot of lash artists give up because they're like, oh, I'm just never gonna get there, because it's impossible. It's taking me my whole evening to just do one client. It's taking me 4 hours, and it doesn't even look that nice. But don't worry, it will get better. So just continue practicing, and then on your time off, continue, like, you're gonna see the mistakes that you keep making. For example, like, there's different mistakes that lash artists make initially. I'll have to make another video on that, but you know, you can make some mistakes with isolation. Let's say your isolation is not perfect, or you know, you're working too slow for your glue. So that means sometimes you may need to change your glue and actually get a glue that works slower, so that you actually have the time to isolate, put those fans, or if you're working with pre-made fans, or put that lash, that classic lash. And you're also gonna have sometimes some retention problems, so you're gonna need to troubleshoot what is the reason you're having those retention problems and fix those issues. But just be prepared that initially it's going to be hard, and it's normal, and everyone goes through that. So don't beat yourself up over it, because nobody that I know that has started as a lash artist, and we speak to so many other lash artists, and you know, there's a really steep learning curve, and you just have to go through that pain to get the benefits long term, which are going to be you're going to be fast, you're going to be able to do those sets really quickly, you're going to be able to charge more because your work is going to look nice, you're going to be able to guarantee retention of the lashes, because you already know, you've already done the mistakes with like your environment, whether it was the humidity that was the issue, or it was the temperature, or the glue you were using, or your placement of the lashes. So you're gonna know where you made the mistakes, you're gonna fix that, and then you're actually going to guarantee your clients that they're going to actually have really good retention. I'm not saying it's never going to happen that your client is going to call you and say, oh, their lashes fell out, but it's going to happen less and less and less frequently. And so you just have to kind of it's really nothing that I can tell you. There's no special pill to take, there's no special product. Yes, of course, really good products help, and really good mentoring helps, and having that good education, hopefully you were trained really well with a good trainer, that definitely helps. But 80% of the work you're going to do, you have to do it yourself in order to get to where you need to get. You have to make those mistakes. Won't be perfect. It's great if you can practice with family, if you can practice with friends, you know, because you're either going to be doing it for free or for a very low price, so they're not going to be as their expectations won't be as high as, you know, brand new clients that are actually paying you and you're like super stressed out. You can start taking those paying clients once you're already feeling a little bit more and more comfortable, but you should still explain to them that you're a fairly new artist, and to call them. Another tip I can give you guys is to make sure you call all your clients after they have done their sets, like maybe a week later, because they're gonna be able to tell you, okay, oh, like half of my lashes on the right side fell off, and you're going to be able to troubleshoot with them, and that's going to also help you learn to see, like, okay, am I the problem? Is it the problem that I did, or is it the client that maybe they're not following the aftercare instructions? So I think communication with your clients is going to be very, very important, because they're going to tell you what's wrong. Some clients that are more shy won't necessarily tell you. That's why I think it's really good if you reach out to them yourself when you're a beginner and ask them, how are your retention? How do they feel? Is there anything you like or don't like? Is there anything you would like to change? That's really going to help you, because they're going to usually tell you, oh, I didn't like this, or my previous lash artist used to do it this way, and for example, the length is a little bit too long for me, next time we can go shorter. And so you're gonna start learning with those mistakes that you have made, and you're gonna start building your confidence. But just, I think the one thing that you guys should take away from this video is make the mistakes, and it's just gonna make you a better lash artist. Do not avoid those mistakes. Happen to everyone. It's all about how you take them. Like, what you can what some artists do is they just get discouraged, and they just, not for me, it's like way too hard, I can't do this. But before you decide that, give it at least 2-3 months. If you still feel like it's not for you, and it's too hard, and you don't like it, and you just don't get it, then maybe after 3 months, you know, you can give up. But don't give up before at least 2-3 months of consistent practice, 5 to 10 clients a week, and see how you feel. If you still don't feel good about it, and it's not for you, then at that point maybe you can make that decision. But you shouldn't be making that decision after seeing 5 clients. It's going to be rough. Those 5 clients will take you 3 to 4 hours. It's totally normal. So just be aware of that. And as usual, I'm just gonna mention again, we're always here for you. If you guys have any questions, reach out to us on social media. We're always available to help you guys. Subscribe to our channel if you want to see more useful information and